Hello everyone, my name is Marion, and I'm once again joined by my good friend Lynn.
Hello. Marion, are you okay?
Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened. Anyways, so welcome back to another episode of Reading Reddit Stories, the show where, I don't know if you know this, but you tell him, Lynn, I'm not feeling in the mood to tell him.
We read Reddit stories to you lovely viewers. Marion, do I need to slap you?
No,
I'm capable
we're
of
good,
that now.
we're good. I think I'm fine. I think we're good.
Listen, you little son of a bitch, you can't hide for long. Someday I'm going to slap you with these new arms of mine.
Lynn made herself new arms for a video she's making.
I have arms!
She made arms for a video she's making, and now she's really happy about it.
I'm no longer a sad board piece to some sad board game.
She's talking about sorry. So anyways, welcome back, and today's episode, of course, is going to be focusing on a specific subreddit, and that is, of course, r/AmIOverreacting, the sequel, which means it's not going to be as good as the first one, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I mean,
okay.
What's funny, though, is that we actually, me and her were talking earlier before, and we were talking, I was talking about how we should, I should start, you know how there's, Newton's Law or, Tom Scott's Law? We should start, Christian theme song law or Christian's theme song law, where it's the second version by itself sounds pretty good, but then when you hear the first version, all of a sudden the second version sounds like shit.
Listen, man, the first Pokemon song will always hold a place in my heart.
It's the best one.
X and Y, you cannot top that.
X and Y, here's the thing, if I heard X and Y by itself, I would have been like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. But hearing it, remembering the first Pokemon theme song, I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
The thing is, the only reason I brought that up was because you were trying to sing it while I was humming it, and it sounded like the X and Y version, so I had to bring up the old one, and then we went to the X and Y version, and you were just like, what is this? And then Sun and Moon came on,
and then it was...
It's awful.
It's awful.
Anyways,
so we're going to be going to... Anyway, so we have the 3 stories here for you all. All of them, suck, but, that's what it is about. This show is pretty much about just sucky shit that happens in life because, life is a mystery, everyone.
We also have some good ones.
Do you mean stories or do you mean parts in life? Because I was going to say we don't have any good stories today.
Oh, I was going to say stories if you look back on the channel, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We do have some good stories, but this episode is not that. But let's get to it.
I thought you promised.
None of these is going to, I'm never going to do an episode where a story is so awful that it ruins your day and then just, end it like that. I'm never going to do that again. But, all these stories, because all these stories suck, but they're nowhere oh, I need a shower after this,
I'm holding you to that.
All right. Well, then let's get to it. Let's start off with the first story. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so once again, this first story comes from r/AmIOverreacting, just like every other story. And this story is called, Am I overreacting because my wife keeps crashing my car? What do you think, Lynn?
This one's hard. Oh, this one is so hard to, oof.
Just reading the title.
Marion, please give me more context.
Okay, I'll give you more context. How about that? This is a 25-year-old male, have been married to my wife, female, 24, he wrote this weird, since I was 18 years old. Throughout our relationship, I've always been the one to provide us with a car. My first car was a 2005 Grand Cherokee, a nice, sturdy SUV. I have no idea what that is, I know what an SUV is, but I don't know anything about Cherokee. I'm not a car guy.
I don't know that one either, so continue.
7 years into our relationship, I've realized I'm the type who always takes care of our cars, changing the oil, keeping them clean, topping off fluids, etc. I didn't have much growing up, so now that I'm older, I really cherish the things I own and take good care of them. Then there's my wife. She's an only child with super overprotective parents who will literally give her everything. Or anything. What's the difference? I get deployed and my wife stayed in the States with my Jeep. Months into my deployment, I got a call saying that she hit a parked car and ripped off the bumper. Okay, stuff happens. We have insurance. Fast forward to when I returned from deployment and my Jeep mysteriously ended up with cracked rims, a dent in the rear, and started pulling to the left. I found this out the same day I got back, and I had never been told about these damages. I was upset, but I let it go because I had just gotten home. Later in our marriage, I got my wife her own car, a 2004 Civic. I rarely drove it because whenever we went out, I'm always the one that's driving, and we take my car. But the first time I got into her car, it was gross. There was spilled Coke on the carpet that had turned hard, and the once garage-kept Civic had dents, chipped hubcaps, and generally worn-out interior. A year later...
How?
I don't know. A year later, the car blew a head gasket, and I only found out when I had to pick her up after she was stranded on the side of the road. When we took it to the mechanic, I had found out that she had been driving with the temperature gauge all the way at H for several days. We got the car fixed, and during that time, I sold my Cherokee and bought a 2007 Acura TL in mint condition. This is my baby. I love this car. Things were fine for a while, but then her Civic broke down again, and we were left with just my Acura. Since we both have jobs, I worked graveyard shifts and she works mornings, she drives the car during the day and I drive it at night. Over the span of 3 months, she managed to curb crash my rims, damage the front bumper, and drop a folding chair on the side of my car. Not long after, she took the car to the store, which is only a 3-minute walk from our place, and she called me to say that she hit someone in the parking lot and didn't know what to do. God. The bumper got peeled back and I had to fix it. I was livid, but I stayed calm because things are replaceable. She's not. I always like to keep my car clean, but ever since her Civic broke down, my car has slowly been turning into hers. When I bring up keeping my car clean and taking care of it, she apologizes and said she'll clean it, but give it 3 days and it's a mess again. It's not just normal wear and tear either. It's things like leaving candy wrappers on the floor, work bags with visible computer inside, spilling foundation on the sink, and dropping fries on the floor and leaving them there. Today was the cherry on top. I got a call from her saying that someone rear-ended her. What the fuck? I'll admit it, I blew up. Now she doesn't want to talk to me, and I'm sitting here at work pissed off with a crumbled bumper on my car. She's always mishandling things, never takes care of her stuff, and has this I'll just get a new one mentality, and I hate it. Am I overreacting for blowing up about this? I know this time it wasn't her fault, but damn, bro, take care of your things. It's starting to get old. Anytime I bring it up, it's never her fault, and the random scratches that end up on my car are never her doing either, at least according to her. TLDR, I've always taken good care of my cars, but my wife is careless with them. Over the years, she's damaged multiple vehicles, including my Jeep and new Acura, which I love. She's dented rims, damaged bumpers, and let her own car get trashed. The final straw was today when she got rear-ended in my car. I'm frustrated because she never takes care of her things and always shrugs off responsibility. Am I overreacting for being upset?
No, you're not. It sounds like she needs to learn how to be responsible of things.
Like,
Didn't I say this a couple episodes back, where it's like, with these people who grow up in wealthier families, they always seem to brush off what to them is insignificant, but to normal people who have to pay bills and also pay for the repairs is actually very important.
I think you probably have. I would be more surprised if you haven't said that before.
Because I've dealt with some people like this before, where it's like, oh, well, I don't see why you can't give this person another chance just because they messed up, like, I don't know, 20 times. It's just them. It's just them being them. No. It's basic boundaries and respect that they're not getting, and if they can't, then I'm not going to bother with it. And the same goes for your car. Take away your fucking driving privileges. My God.
Like, it's so... Like, the thing that scares me the most about this type of stuff is the fact that, like, one of these days she's going to get in an accident and she's going to kill someone.
Dude, this is no longer a situation where she's an adult. This is a situation where this is a privilege, and she needs to go get her fucking driver's license, because I swear to the gods and back, it doesn't sound like she has one.
No, it doesn't. Like,
the way she's driving.
No, and, like... It's one thing if you have a messy car, like, that's bad already, you know? But then it's like, if you're using someone else's car, even if it is your significant other, if you're going to make their car messy too, it's like, okay, now this is just kind of fucked, you know?
I don't like either one, because, like, from the sounds of it, I've seen messy-ass cars. I've seen cars with open, sweet, extra sweet tea ice bottles in the back. It gets bad.
Are you sure that
And
was
I can
tea?
only imagine. Yes, I'm sadly very, very sure it's tea.
Okay.
Anyway, but
Phew.
no, it was the actual bottles. There's a story of it that in and of itself, but yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, back to the point. What's the interior like? Please tell me, for the love of everything, that you have leather seats, because that is going to be a whole lot better cleanup than fucking fabric seats, especially with the foundation. My God, how do you get? I get you have to do your makeup or do something real quick when you get into work because you need, for women in particular, there's a certain mentality they have to upkeep in the workplace. But like, why?
I I
Keep wet wipes, keep baby wipes, anything.
it's to me the thing that like pisses me off specifically as well, like because number one, like if he doesn't have leather seats, oh I'm so sorry. Like first of all, the whole spilled drink thing is something that like also just very much angers me too, of how it's like she just spilt a drink and then doesn't think, oh I gotta soak this up. She's just like, oh well, that sucks.
Like,
Any person at all who does that, I'm always like, what the fuck?
well, like for me and my mom, we keep a blanket in the car just in case we need to take the dogs somewhere quick and they start to throw up because dogs get motion sick. They're not used to cars.
Yeah.
And we also keep a giant eagle bag as a trash bag in the car whenever we go out.
Yeah.
Because yes, everyone's going to be a bit messy. Yeah, there are some people that are more upbeat with keeping their cars clean and but most people are messy.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to drive while dipping your chicken nuggets in ranch, you know?
And it's kind of hard to keep everything together when you're trying to work a 9 to 5 or something.
Yes.
And it's constantly back and forth, especially if you have something wrong with you where it's like you can only use so many spoons in a day before you just need a break.
Yeah.
But having all these problems with your car in no less than a week.
And the other thing, I think okay, so I already said, like, the real main thing that actually, like, upset me most is how she just was like, oh, I didn't do that. And it's like, then who did?
This is
A part of me doesn't even believe that she even got rear-ended. A part of me feels like as if she was the one that accidentally backed into someone else, if anything.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, I feel like, because if she's gonna lie like that, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she lies about getting rear-ended. I wouldn't be surprised.
Neither would I, honestly. Like, the messiness is one thing. What's the big picture here is all these scratches, all these dents, and all these repairs needed. How do you get all that in less than a week, in a month in general?
Even a year.
I get going to the grocery store. Hell, before my mother needed to use handicaps, we parked far away from the grocery store to avoid getting scratches. Because you get assholes that don't know how to drive the carts in their own cars.
Yeah.
But even with that, we rarely get any scratches. Hell, even a Walmart parking lot, we don't get any.
Excuse me. Yeah.
It's just you need to sit down with your wife and have a proper discussion about how she should be treating things, especially your things.
It just comes off as ignorant and irresponsible, and it's like, absolutely, because she got herself stuck on the middle of the road because she had been driving apparently with like the temperature gauge all the way at H, which I don't personally know too much about what that means, but the fact that her car completely stalled in the middle of nowhere, like, it's not like she's not just endangering other people, she's endangering herself. Like, being out in the middle of nowhere, no car, like, stranded on the side of the road, like that's dangerous.
It is. It really is. Especially, like, I am honestly curious, did she take driver's ed? Did she do the proper studies that, like the sad thing is, I don't think you actually do need to do all these fucking tests and stuff in different places. Like, not driver's ed, that's pretty much, but, like, proper stuff on your car. Learn how to change the oil, learn what to check, your fucking everything.
Like, I don't know, because that's the thing is, like, some of the, like, he's replied to some of the comments on here, And like, but the main one that I remember is the fact that like someone said like, get her parents to replace the car. If they're so loose with money, tell them how she destroys cars. And he said like, I already tried this. She just kind of said, well, then just fix it. And it's like, so they don't really care either. And it's like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised about that, but like, yeah, it sucks. And that's the thing is that like, whenever we talk about stories like this, you know, it's like a lot of these were just like, get a divorce. But like here, it's like, this apparently he even says like, yeah, this is her like main flaw, but like I still love her, and it's like,
Yeah,
you really should talk about this then. Like have a fully sit down and talk about this then, because like this is really bad.
Yeah, like don't
money.
Don't divorce over this. This is important. This really important. This isn't, if you guys really love each other, it's not divorce worthy.
No. But it is like worthy enough to sit down and talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. It's worthy enough to sit down and talk about because it's money.
Yes.
And
safety.
Yes. Because as he said, you can replace a car, but you can't replace a person.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's the person in the car or the person outside the car is a whole different question here.
I mean,
because I wouldn't be surprised if she's accidentally almost like nudged into someone walking into a grocery store or like in a parking lot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Is she on her phone when she's driving? Like, what is going on here?
I don't know. I genuinely do not know. He even says like, yeah, she drives crazy, and it's like, any person, like, that's the thing any person that, like, drives crazy, it's like, I'm like, one day they're gonna end up facing something, you know, and it's like, what usually ends up happening is, yes, they end up getting into an accident, and it's like a part of me, like, it feels bad, but also a part of me is like, yeah, but you also were on your phone the entire time, and you were speeding like a dumbass, so it's like, I kind of knew this was gonna happen. I'm glad you're okay, but also, like, dude.
Take this as a lesson.
It's like people who constantly get DUIs, like, I don't even know if I should technically name her, but like, let's just say a WWF or WWE legend, I just per se, like, she's been known to get into a lot of DUIs and stuff like that. Now she's going to prison because she actually killed someone this time. It's like, and that's the thing is that this really goes into because like right now it's just like, oh, she keeps breaking our cars, but it's like, what's going to happen if it's like, she ended up hitting a kid? Like, and now she's getting life in prison, like. It's that's how far it can go, and that's the thing. It's always the little things that can start things. Like it's like any little thing can start something, you know. Like this may not like, and while this isn't a little thing, it's still something that's like these dominoes may not be the biggest in the world, but as it goes up and up and up, it's gonna get worse to where like someday it will get to that.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, for most of these people, they don't see what they're doing is wrong until it takes something like accidentally offing a kid because they can't drive properly.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the saddest part about wake-up calls is that they only happen when something bad happens.
And then it's too late.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, well, now you're in jail. And like, yeah, I don't know. What's funny is I want to make like a video about this. So like about like, it's like one of my favorite wrestlers, Jeff Hardy, where like, for those who know about him, like he's dealt with like a lot of like substance abuse like throughout his career, and it's like he's gone through rehab, he's gotten clean, but then he's fallen off again and stuff like that. And it's like maybe I'll show you this, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Maybe I'll show you later, because it's honestly like, what's sad is that he should have been like a multiple time world champion in every company he's been in, but like it's always, to me, like, I feel like this is something people have started to realize, which is that the main person that's stopping Jeff Hardy from becoming like a champion is Jeff Hardy, unfortunately, you know? Like, it's mainly him. He is like, that's how I feel about him nowadays. And it's like, he's talented. He put on some of the most amazing matches of all time. And like, he's a nice guy, but unfortunately it's just like, he can't, it makes sense why companies can't really trust like a belt on him, because like, if you're going to be the face of the company, like, I don't know. It's just, this is going into a deeper thing of just like responsibility and stuff like that. But I guess what I'm saying is, it's like, just talk, I don't know. Anyways, just like talk to your wife, you know? Like, seriously, like this could get really bad. So, yes, by the way, yeah, we should probably say you're not overreacting.
Yeah, no. There's no bit of overreacting going on here.
No.
If anything, you're underreacting because you need to get her help.
Yeah, like
you need to get her.
You're staying calm.
You have her watch some sort of seminar.
Yeah, like
about like car safety.
Like you're like he even says like I kept pretty calm about all this, and it's like the one time that he snaps, it's like is the time where she was like, oh, I got rear-ended. It's like, dude, you should have snapped over here. You should have snapped like 5,000 years ago. When it's like, dude, you're constantly breaking the car. You're gonna get into an accident. I don't know. But yeah. I guess that's pretty much it for that story. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, not really.
All right. Well, then let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this next story is not nearly as bad as the last one. It's not great, but you know. So once again, it comes from r/am I overreacting, and this one is called "Am I overreacting about my girlfriend downplaying my birthday?"
The fuck? Listen, I know everyone has like I've met people who would rather jump off a cliff than actually have their birthday.
Yeah.
But I also know people who love to go over the moon for it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Depending on what you are and what your girlfriend is, that may clash, but please tell me they've talked this through. Tell me there's been some communication here and it's not just like, she's just like, oh yeah, I know you love your birthday and all, but I don't, so I'm not doing it for you. Love you. It's not like that, right?
Well,
it's not like that, right?
Let's read the story and we'll find out. I like to imagine as soon as I read, like you're just like Marion, I just close the doors, like I turn you on mute and you can't like speak anymore, and I'm just like, we have to read, and you're just like, wait, no, Marion, let me know, wait, you have to tell me.
You can't. Just get on with it.
All right. My girlfriend and I are newly dating. Case closed. We're done. I don't know. Anyways. My girlfriend and I are newly dating, visiting Boston for the first time. It was my brie day yesterday, and I had one request. Go to the Cheers bar. That's all I wanted to do. So, when he says the Cheers... Okay, I guess it's called the Cheers bar then, because I'm pretty sure the show Cheers' bar was based in, like, London or something. I don't know.
Either way, he has this place, really important to him. He wants to go there for his birthday.
Yes. She asked if we could hang out with her friends before we went out. So we did. I bought some really good beer for my B-Day that's nationally renowned so I could take it home. And her friends who lived there took one out of the 4 and drank it, knowing full well I bought it to bring home, and everyone was laughing about it thinking it was funny, which I went along with, what was kind of pissed since they could literally buy this beer at any time, so I was already irritated going out. We go and eat dinner. Then head out to Cheers. My girlfriend wanted to go to this speakeasy she saw on IG, but I wanted to go to Cheers before it closed at 10 p.m. She was clearly irritated that I wanted to go to the Cheers bar first and wouldn't talk to me, so I got irritated about the way I was being treated. We walked in silence to the bar. We get there and I apologized for being moody about the whole thing. I didn't feel like I had to apologize about anything, but I wanted to have a good time, and her giving me the silent treatment was making it not a good time. So I promised her I will get an Uber after my one beer to go to the speakeasy she wanted to go to. I'm bummed because Cheers was literally the one thing I wanted to do, and my girlfriend was pouting the whole 30 minutes we were there. But I get the Uber to her speakeasy, and we get there, and there's a wait. So she's clearly upset at me, but again, won't talk to me. So we sit there in silence. We finally get in, she gets her drink, and she's finally happy. I'm not particularly happy because it wasn't really what I wanted to do on my birthday, but I go along with it. I asked her if she was happy, and she responded by saying, I am now. I was irritated before because I wanted to come here first, but I'm glad we're here now. I ended up snapping because it was obvious at that point that my birthday was disregarded and was turned into a day for her. I tell her I wanted to leave once she finished her drink, and we go home, not saying a word. I think we're going to break up with her. There's been some concerns, but this has kind of been the tipping point. Am I overreacting by breaking up with her?
No, you're not. No, you're not. She's acting like a little whiny brat.
Yeah,
she's acting like a kid.
And apparently, if you're newly dating, this is like the phase where you're trying to be.
This is a godsend because now you know. Okay, great. If I stay with you, I'm going to be dealing with a little child for the rest of my life. Not a nice woman I can be with.
This is one of my personal pet peeves. People who like take something that's about them and then, or no, someone who takes something that's about someone else and turns it about them.
Yeah.
Like, this was never, like, she didn't give a shit. She just wanted to go to her thing, and she got mad that they went to his thing first, and it's like, oh shit, I'm sorry that he wants to celebrate his birthday, bruh. It's like,
it's, do you know those videos that for some reason people think are so funny when it's like a toddler getting ready to blow out her candles, or like someone trying to blow out their candles and a fucking kid comes running up and blows them out before they can, and everyone's laughing about it?
yeah, it's shit like that pisses me off. It's like, fuck you, this isn't your day.
It's not your day. The adults need to be adults. The kids need to fucking grow a spine and realize, okay, yeah, no, I shouldn't do this. Like, not one-up stuff like that, but like fucking, when I see videos and it's like an 8-year-old or a 7-year-old doing this.
Like, the only time I can think it's okay is when, like, it's obvious, like, it's a baby and it can't blow out its own candles, so the other kid's just like, yeah, you did it!
Yeah, but...
at that point, it's like they can't even do anything.
Yeah, and this is the fucking 8-year... This woman is the 8-year-old girl who's in a uproar because she didn't get to blow out the candles.
And it's like, it's not your birthday, bitch.
Yeah. And she's getting all huffy because, like, I wanted to go to my place first.
And it's like,
no.
I'm sorry, that is nice. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was your birthday.
Yeah, no, it's not your birthday. A birthday in general, even for people who don't like their birthday, should be celebrated as such. No matter how you want to do it. If you want to be alone in your room all day and play video games and just relax, then that's your thing. That you should be allowed to do that. Do you want to go to fucking Red Robin to get
steak fries?
Steak fries or mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't let these asshole people be douchebags. As soon as someone starts, well, you should probably clean the house first. No. That's something that you fucking hate. It's like, no, it's your birthday. Yeah, you might have a chore or something you need to get done that day, but you can set it off. You can at least step aside and have your fun.
Yes. And it's like, I'm trying to think because I know I had a good example of that. Oh yeah, like I remember like when my parents were asking me like for like when I was turning 21, like they were like, so are you gonna want to like go to the casinos? And I was like, no. It's like, come on, it'll be fun. I'm like, no. I fucking hate casinos. I don't want to do that. So
yeah,
like that's the thing is, so like, yeah, no, I don't like casinos. So no, I'm not gonna go and do that. It's just how it is, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know if this matters or anything, but growing up, I was a bubble child. I stayed inside. I didn't know. All I knew was what I saw on the Disney Channel or Cartoon Network, yada yada, about how characters would celebrate their birthdays, and so I'll always be this big happy thing of friends. I never had that, and I never understood it.
Me neither.
Until I got to a certain age when I could finally make my own decisions about how I wanted to celebrate my things. And at that point, I didn't want to do it the way they did, and I didn't know there was any other way to do it. So I more or less just went about the day doing nothing. There's so many ways you can celebrate your birthday, and spending time with people who are just walking red flags is not one of them.
No. Yeah, this one honestly made me angrier, but not because it's worse. It's just because it's something that like personally like does get on my like nerves. But like obviously like the other story is so much worse.
Yeah. Like this is a good one to wash up with. Is there another one?
We do have another one, which is also not great, but it's not like it's just not good, but it doesn't feel like as if anyone's in danger or anything. It's just more like, wow, that guy sucks.
Yeah, well, this is a good middle ground, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not the best, not the worst. Yeah. Could be much worse.
Yeah. But yeah, I know you're not overreacting. Like that is a situation where I would feel like am I overreacting? Like I would actually question it too, just like him. But now I'm like, but then I would think about it and be like, no, it's my birthday. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's your day. Like, I get it. It can feel weird to have a day that people that are close to you consider it your day. Mm-hmm. Hell, it's still weird for me. I don't know about you, but it's weird.
It can get a little weird. But then again, like, the thing about my birthday is it's always never been, like, as big compared to, like, my siblings, you know? Where it's like, Like they would everybody would text my brother when like it was his birthday, you know, being like happy birthday so and so, but then when it came to me it felt like only like maybe like 4 people texted me or something like that, you know? Like even my own friends wouldn't really text me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's gonna that's gonna change.
but yeah, like it's just how it always is, I guess. Like like even with my I remember when I first went out with my friends like in LA, like when we had some fun, like I remember it feeling weird too because I was like we're just celebrating my birthday and it's like what's funny is about those guys is that like I haven't even known them for that long, you know, compared to my older friends. Like I had known my high school friend for like since even before high school, honestly. We knew each other since like 7th grade and middle school, so we were young, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like even we didn't really celebrate my birthday that hard. We did, but it was different. But like with them, it's like I had only known them for a few months, but then like they went all out. They were like, "Happy birthday, Mary!" They picked me up. They took me to fucking Denny's. We had a great time, and I was like, "Wow!" They took me to this fucking flea market. I was like, "This is awesome," you know.
Yeah, that's good. That's what people like.
It was
That's what people deserve.
it was the first time in my life that I can truly say I felt like this was me celebrating my birthday, you know. And that's not to say that I didn't really do that before, obviously. I never had a birthday party, but you know, I guess I would go with my parents and my brother to places, but like this was different to me, you know. This was like I didn't feel like as if this was an obligation or whatever. This felt like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to do some fun stuff." Like they bought me donuts and they bought me like a thing of milk.
Yeah, people care about you, type of thing.
And it's like, I remember even saying, like, "You guys just need to buy me this milk," and I would have been happy. And then Tulip turns into Athens, and he's like, "I fucking told you! We should have just bought him the milk! He went over head over heels for this!" And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, I love milk, so... But
they still went out of their way to be nice to you.
Yeah, I really should go down there again. God, I need to go down there again. I just haven't had the money. But yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, but yeah, so this guy isn't overreacting by any means, you know?
No, and if anything, take this as your flag. Dump that girl. You. If I'm being honest, you probably should have done that there and then.
I mean, yeah, like if you guys are barely
at least, actually, after the trip back.
Yeah, after the trip, because then it's gonna be awkward.
That's gonna be really bad.
It's like when you say bye to someone, but then you guys take the same road home.
Oh, it's also like if you wave at someone, but they're not. Well, you wave back at someone, they're not waving at you, but then you end up in like an elevator with that person.
What's so weird is that that's never happened to me, but like, do you know what I mean? But like, even though that's never happened to me, it feels like it has, and so I start cringing about it. Like,
I feel like even if we don't know, I'm pretty sure most of us have had something like that.
Yeah, I've had something like that before, but it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, It feels like it's happened to me, but even though I know it hasn't, I don't know. But I guess that's pretty much it for that one. You got anything else to say?
No, I'm kind of worried to move on to the next one because this one at least was better than what we've been taking recently.
Yeah, well, you know why people are here, Lynn.
I have hands, but yeah, I can't do anything with them.
That's the PG version of Johnny Got His Gun. Except like he didn't have hands, so it's like I have no hands.
Marion. I have hands, but I'm behind the screen. You're looking at me. I can't do anything about it.
Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
God, I hope the other story isn't as like worse than this. Please.
It's worse, but it's not.
No.
It's not awful, okay?
No.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be okay, buddy. I swear. Let's get to it. Let's get on to the next story. So this next story, all right, let's just name the title. Am I overreacting for almost destroying a friendship over an argument about missed child support?
Here we go.
So here I go again.
I don't know why Here We Go Steelers was the first thing that came to mind.
I mean, I guess it's because, like, but for me, I'm like, I don't know anything about football. But then again, neither do you. But isn't your mom a fan of them?
Yes, that's the only reason I know anything about them. And I've spent my whole life, every season, I know every miss kick. I was so happy whenever the Dolphins kicked one of her guys' kneecaps out that one time. Although I was kicked out of a PetSmart because I painted my fingernails white and blue. Because it's like the first year we were up here.
Damn.
Oh god. Anyway, continue.
What's it called? I was gonna say, like, I feel like that's gonna get worse over time because, like, if I go over there, I feel like I'm gonna be watching AEW and you're just gonna hear me, like, whenever they botch, I'm gonna be like, fuck. Or like anytime something bad, like anytime like Hangman Adam Page burns down another person's house, I'm just gonna be like, oh my fucking god, I can't believe he did it again.
Don't worry, my mom will come down probably if it's anywhere near the cooler months. If you do come here, it's gonna be during a season, not summer. A season.
I mean, yeah, because honestly, but what we'll talk about this later, so that we don't have to bore everyone about it.
Yeah, and let's go. God, she was coming back to haunt me.
All right. My son is best friends with the neighbor's son, so we hang out sometimes. He's a nice dude with a tough past, single dad of 2 kids, 7 and 5 years. 4 years ago, the mother went missing, police are still looking for her, and they think that she either ran away or overdosed since she was a drug addict. He previously spent 7 years in prison for drug trafficking, and then immediately met the mother when he got out. After their kids were born, he never drank or did drugs again. After she went missing, he got a stable job in another city and is now a single father, putting his kids through private school. It must have been really hard to work full-time, take care of 2 toddlers, and struggle with other issues he had. The kids seem to have turned out really well, too, so it's extra impressive. My son also likes him since he gives him snacks and plays video games with him sometimes. Well, we were having this conversation one day. He revealed he quit his construction job he had for years because he injured his back. He said he got a new job but is now making even less since his wages are being taken from. Apparently the last job he had was paying him under the table so he could avoid paying the $35,000 of child support he owes. This was a huge surprise to me. In the 2 years I've known him, he never once mentioned having other kids or an ex-wife, not even once. Apparently in his early 20s, he was married and had 2 kids with another woman. After the second child was born, he got addicted to meth and other drugs and became involved in drug trafficking. She was already in the process of divorcing him before he went to prison. She also stopped taking the kids to see him in prison after just a few visits. When he got out 7 years later, she had remarried an accountant and lived in a nice house. After he got released, she took him to court for child support and custody. He got supervised visitation and had to pay child support too. He contested the child support to be too high multiple times, but the court thought it was a fair amount for the 2 kids. He also never once visited the kids. He deliberately missed all his visitation times. He said he didn't want to see the kids since they barely knew him and they considered the accountant their dad anyways. He hasn't paid 90% of his child support since then. Apparently his eldest daughter called him a few weeks ago to ask him about him and her half-siblings. He got mad at her for only calling him now. He basically told her she shouldn't expect a father-daughter relationship with him, and it's best for everyone involved that she considers her stepdad as her only dad. The daughter got upset, and the mother called him up, and they had several long arguments. He kept complaining to me about how if his ex-wife did this or that in the past, they would still have been a real family. He got addicted to drugs. That he shouldn't have to pay child support for another man's kids. He says that the kids are the other man's, and the dude is rich, so the only reason they want money from him is to antagonize him. I got mad at him, told him that all of his excuses are bullshit, and that his kids and ex-wife might have abandoned him, but he abandoned them first. He should have paid the child support instead of breaking the law and moaning about the consequences. We got into a big argument and some nice things were said. He texted me later saying he'll forgive me if I apologize for what I said. I don't know. I thought I knew this guy and that he was a really nice man. After learning about all of this, though, I'm kind of disgusted. I talked to someone else about this, and they said his perspective isn't wrong at all. What? That a lot of people would feel the same way in his situation. Am I actually the crazy person for thinking this? It's super messed up for him to abandon his first family after he put them through hell? No!
No, you need to get a whole new friend group and fucking... You need to ditch these people.
Apparently I think it's a neighbor. Yeah, it's a neighbor.
Okay, either way... No, what he did was messed up, and quite frankly, you shouldn't have anything to do with him now, because that's just... I know it's rude of me to think this, but when people do stuff like this, and if they continue this kind of behavior even after years after the point, there's no real fixing them. Yes, time can change people for the best, but also for the worst. And
Yeah.
this is just a great example of that.
I think the thing for me that like really just made me go like, oh fuck off, is when he's told her, like when he said like how like those kids aren't even mine anyways, and it's like yes they are. Those are you literally. You're the reason
I
that wife
can't,
had the kids.
I can't stand the fact when, like, yes, I get you might not have any emotional attachments, but you're still responsible for that child.
Yes.
And if that's the case, you need to take, if you don't want anything to do with them, then you need to take the proper steps and communication to make sure that happens.
Yeah, and then now you're just not paying child support.
Yeah, no. It's either pay the child support or at least be there to support them in some way.
And like the way he
Or
talks
if
to the
you,
daughter,
it's not her fault you made a mistake. It really isn't.
no. And in fact, he's
Don't
talking
make
about how
it
like, oh,
feel
my
like
wife did
it.
this, and it's like, no, it was your fault. You went to prison.
Yeah.
You started
No, if
trafficking
anything
drugs.
was doing, yeah, what's it was for the safety and welfare of kids.
And like, and it sucks too, because like on the outside, it's like, wow, he took care of 2 toddlers by himself and like got a full-time job. Like that's impressive, and it is impressive, and it's nice to know. But like, once you, it's like when you dig a little deeper, and it just gets worse, and you're just like, oh, you know,
Yeah, it's the story they set up for themselves, and then you learn something else.
yeah. You just dig a little deeper, and you're just like, oh, this guy isn't really as cool as I thought he was. He neglects his biological kids, tells them like I'm not your dad. Your dad is that guy, the accountant. Like, damn, okay. And it's like, and what's funny is I believe we read like in the last episode we read about a guy who like had a, like where his mom contacted him or whatever, and it's like I think the thing is it's like this feels like kind of like the other side of the coin in a way where like that guy did the 23andMe thing, and then his mom contacted him wanting to get in contact, but then it was like obviously clear like she was just trying to like get something, you know.
Yeah,
But it seems like the daughter was actually trying to like talk to her dad, and like then the dad was like, no, go away. Like, go.
yeah, and
I want nothing to do with you.
whether that's guilt creeping up on him or him just being being a complete douchebag
Yeah, and like
is beyond the fact that he still did and said what he said.
yeah, and like when it comes to both situations, both parents are the ones that are in the wrong. Like both of them are being, one of them was being manipulative and the other one's just being terrible. It's
Yeah, it's just this isn't right.
no. It's
In
I don't know. It sucks. It sucks to think that like there are kids out there that like even though yes they have a dad, like they have no relationship with their technically real one because they don't want anything to do with them.
yeah, it's just stuff like this is very disheartening.
Yeah.
It's all I really have to say for the matter.
Yeah. I yeah. That was the end of that story. Is there anything else you want to add, or is that it?
Why do we have to? Why did the middle one have to be? Why couldn't the middle one have been the last one?
Yeah, I know. God. Okay. From now on, I think I should, because I wanted to make the last one be one that like people were like, "Oh shit," you know.
But it's not. It doesn't go down well. It's like drinking a fizzy drink. At first, yeah, I guess it's surprising. Then it's like, it just tastes bad.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find anything.
More importantly, I have hands.
That's true. You do have hands, but I guess that's pretty much it. This episode, yeah, sucked, but even though it sucked, it feels like it didn't suck as much as some of the other ones we've done. But you know,
Yeah,
I still can't believe you have hands.
I have fucking hands.
It's weird.
Wait, Mary, you know what this means?
What?
I can eat a whole bag of Oreos. Hold on.
It-
Getting the double stuffed ones.
Lynn, we have to end the okay. All right. Well, Lynn's gone, so I guess that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you to everyone for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next time because, well, of course, we're going to be doing another episode like usual. And then, yeah, I'm pretty. Lynn's socials will be in the description below. Please check out her stuff. She makes great art. Great art.
Yeah, God, these are so good. I can finally eat, Mary. Do you know what this means? I can finally eat stuff. Oh my God.
So yeah, guys, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you to everyone for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I guess we'll see you guys again sometime soon. Or I guess we will maybe see you guys again sometime soon. And remember, stay safe and sane. Bye.